are some people nowadays that always advocate for you to stay in this boxing stance where you don't really square up. Whenever you move, you always move like this, right? You never get out of the stance. If you're gonna pivot, you gotta pivot like this, okay? You cannot square up and pivot. You cannot do a lot of things. You can only stay in this position because outside of this position, it's unsafe. If you're squaring up, it's unsafe. So today I'll talk about 3 instances where that can be somehow dismissed and you can still square up if you actually want to apply this technique to those particular situations. Because boxing is a game of particulars, believe it or not. Boxing is a game of particulars. Not every technique works for everybody, and so you always have to find a way to fit a certain technique to a particular situation that you are in while you are boxing in the ring. So the first one is getting off the ropes, okay? Now, here's the problem if you are on the ropes and then you plan on pivoting out. Alright, I'll show you. If I'm on the ropes, okay, and I want to get out, my opponent's right here throwing a bunch of punches, and then I pivot out. Guess where I am? I'm still in front of my opponent. I switch to the side, but I'm still in front of my opponent. He can still hit me with the right hand. He can still hit me with the left hook. You want to know a fight where this happened? David Benavidez versus Jay Leon Love. I'll give you another one. Benavidez versus Dirrell. Okay, he pivoted out. As soon as he pivoted out, he got caught with the right hand by David Benavidez. And the problem there is because when they pivoted out, they did not square up. They stayed on this stance, and then when they pivoted, they got caught with the right hand right here or the left hook to the front of the face as they were pivoting out. Okay, so here's a great fight to watch if you want to see squaring up and then pivoting out, avoiding the punches. Algieri versus Pacquiao. Some people say Algieri was so boring. He was running all around. He was running. But the thing is, Algieri did the right thing by squaring up, and then as he squared up right here, he decided to pivot out. He decided to avoid the punches of Pacquiao. So that's the first instance where squaring up can be extremely useful, because if I square up, boom, and then I pivot out, guess where my opponent is? He's right here. He's not in front of me anymore. He can't catch me with the right hand or with the left hook. If I square up, and then I pivot out, my opponent's right here. I'm already right here. He's not in front of me anymore.